Male breast cancer. It's the highest, we're the highest country in the world. 2 out of every 100 men that you meet have breast cancer in this country. Can you imagine that? Yes. Well, now we move on. Last week, Nedbank, the Sports Trust and the Department of Sport and Recreation unveiled a R1 million multi-purpose sport facility to Musenga Vhadzimu Primary School in Diepsloot. Now, as part of Nedbank's Cup Sports Development Program, Goals for Goals, for every goal scored during this year's campaign, 10,000 Rand was donated towards the erection of the facility. To tell us a little bit more about this exciting program today, we're joined in our Cape Town studio by Nedbank's Senior Marketing Manager, Maseda Ratshikuni. A very good morning to you, Maseda. Thank you for joining us.
Morning, Evan, and morning as well to the viewers.
Last week, Nedbank and others provided a R1 million multi-purpose sports facility in Diepsloot, but many other schools also benefit in other ways. Tell us a little bit more about what you guys are doing.
Look, it's an initiative that's linked to our Nedbank Cup campaign. And I think one of the things is that we as Nedbank are proud of is to make sure that any initiative that we actually put together, particularly sponsorships as well, we do some giving back to community. So in 2010, really, we started a kit program. And so as part of our Nedbank Cup 2014, we had 2 major initiatives. The one was to give kits to the various schools. So we covered about 110 schools around the country. Secondly, the big prize, which I think you were talking about as well, is the fact that we had the Nedbank Cup Goals for Goals campaign. And that really was, it's a big facility that we give to a particular school. And what's nice about this particular facility is that it's, first of all, it lasts for 20 years. As you know, one of the challenges that schools have is, they just don't have the money sometimes to pay for electricity, sometimes to pay for water, or those kind of things. So this facility, once we've placed it there, it can last for 20 years. All they have to do is actually to look after it, they clean it. The other thing as part of this is that it can play various sports. So we don't discriminate versus boys and girls. So you can play soccer, 6-a-side soccer, you can play netball, you can play basketball, you can play futsal. So there are many, many different sports that you can actually play on this. One of the critical thing is where we kind of connected is the fact that for every single goal that they score in the Nedbank Cup, and in this year they've actually scored 100 goals, we actually, as Nedbank, we make a donation to the Sports Trust. So it's a partnership between us and the Sports Trust. And then at the end of the campaign, we make sure that we actually put a facility down. This is the second facility that we actually put down. And previously, in the previous Nedbank Cup campaign, it was actually in Pietermaritzburg. So we have a facility now in Diepsloot, and we're very, very proud about it as well.
Now Maseda, just tell us about what other projects are in the pipeline in the short term, and also how can you get the public to get involved and to help you guys in this process?
Look, I think the way we look at it, we have a partnership which we've had, I think, the last 20 years, really, with the Sports Trust. And some of the partners in there includes, in fact, the Ministry of Sports and Recreation. So what we are really trying to do is, the ethos of the Sports Trust is actually to use education rather sport to develop education, because I think people need to have holistic education. So as part of these partnerships, we are putting quite a lot of these facilities. So this is Nedbank's contribution to that. The Ministry of Sports and Recreation has also been putting quite a lot of these facilities. And part of the thinking behind it is that globally it's been said that only 5 to 7% of sporting people will ever be, international stars. So the rest of us, may never don a Springbok shirt. But it's very, very important that young people actually play sport. So kids from 6 to 10 years of age, they need to play sport in terms of helping them as well, from motions and actually, skills. So it's an important part of developing a young person. So that's what we're trying to do, making sure we give facilities, give equipment, and give training as well, so that we get young people the opportunity to really make it in life. And as part of our Nedbank program, really, we focus on soccer, which I've explained through our Goals for Goals campaign. We focus on cycling, We also focus on road running, and we're also proud of the fact that some of our youngsters have actually made it in some of the provincial teams. So we're trying to make sure that in partnership with government, in partnership with the Sports Trust, which is really a leading sporting NGO, that we give South Africans an opportunity to play. And so, as I was saying to you, one of the challenges that we have is to make sure that we give everybody an opportunity to play, and through looking at that as well is to then able to identify talent and get that talent to make it to the Springboks or any of the Olympic teams, etc.
Well, Maseda, thank you for joining us today. You guys are doing a fantastic job, 20 years with the Sports Trust, and we can see the difference that it's making in the lives of children all around South Africa. Thank you once again for joining us today. That is Senior Marketing Manager with Nedbank, joining us live from Cape Town, Maseda Ratshikuni. Let's now take a look at what you are talking about again on social media. What's the buzz on Twitter? Remember, at SABC Newsroom is where we at. Oh, it's football. Don't think Real Madrid got out of first gear against Liverpool. That's right. That's about right. First gear was enough. 3-0 at halftime. Thank you and good night. Liverpool showed just how poor their squad is. Very average signings in the summer. Suarez carried them. Madrid won't even need a shower. Jamie, that's very harsh, my friend. Very harsh. Anekwe says, Cristiano pure class. Anything he does on the pitch is magic. God of soccer. Yeah, he will tell you that he's the god of soccer himself as well. There we have a lovely picture. What's that picture of? Oh, we missed it. Anyhow, let's take a look at our Facebook page. Now, what's happening on Newsroom's Facebook page? That's where we love you to interact with us. Go in there, put a comment down, tell us what you think on any of the stories that we've got up today. You will see there that the trial of a man accused of the gruesome murders of 3 Diepsloot toddlers continues at the High Court of Victoria. Then the Congress of South African Trade Unions Central Executive Committee is expected to resume its discussions on whether it should expel the National Union of Metal Workers of South Africa after requesting it to explain why it should remain in the Labour Federation. And then Public Protector Thuli Madonsela has said that her office can intervene if families of South Africans who died in the Nigerian church collapse need further assistance. You can find all of those stories and a whole lot more on Newsroom's Facebook page. There you see it right there. All the latest all the time. You can also go to sabc.co.za/news for all the latest news on all of our platforms, digital, online, and of course on air. You're watching Newsroom. We'll be back after a short break.